Are you a fan of Mad Max?
Fury Road?
Yeah, Fury Road.
Best chick flick ever made.
Best chick flick ever made? Why do you call it a chick flick?
If you actually think about it, it's a chick flick. It's for the girls. They unite.
Well, I must be a bitch because I love that movie.
No. Like, yeah, it's like extreme undertones of woman. But yes, I love that movie. It's it's probably like top 20 for me.
I surprised Steph Sabraw. She had no idea I was about to record this. So I got an email that excites me quite a bit. So I thought I would share it with you. Production on Furiosa has started. I got this legit email. Cameras are rolling in New South Wales, Australia, as production is underway on director George Miller's epic action Furiosa, with Anya Taylor-Joy in the titular role alongside Chris Hemsworth and Tom Burke.
Yes! I'm so excited.
Yeah.
No, that movie slaps. I've been waiting for news like this.
Yeah.
That's so great news.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well because there's this channel out there that basically says blank blank was a shit show, and they talk about all these different movies which were basically a shit show to make, and meaning it was very difficult and sometimes quite overwhelming to just get through the production, right? And George Miller's Mad Max was quite the ordeal to get done. Like, a lot of people don't realize just how much he went through to get that movie completed. And so to know he's on his way to do the sequel, I'm like, oh yes. I remember watching that film in theaters and being like, this is one of the best things ever made, ever.
Yeah.
Like, this is so remarkable.
Yeah.
I had to see it in theaters multiple times. Principal photography is underway on Academy Award-winning filmmaker George Miller's Furiosa, the much-anticipated return to the iconic dystopian world he created more than 30 years ago with the seminal Mad Max films. This time, an original new standalone action adventure that will reveal the origins of powerhouse character from the multiple Oscar-winning global smash Anya Taylor-Joy stars in the title role alongside Chris Hemsworth. We have the IMDb here in front of us, and it says Anya Taylor-Joy's Furiosa. It doesn't say what they're doing.
Yeah.
Nathan Jones is back. He's the big dude who was drinking the milk. Yeah, and Tom Burke, I don't know what he's doing, but very interesting to see how she became part of that crew.
Yeah.
As the world fell, young Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers and falls into the hands of the great biker horde led by warlord Dementus. Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the Citadel, presided over by the Immortan Joe. While the two tyrants war for dominance, Furiosa must survive many trials as she puts together the means to find her way home.
Okay.
That's wild, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even need a description. I'm all the way in.
I know, right? It's like, is there really gonna be? Are you really gonna be concerned about whatever this? Are you just gonna watch it? You know, you're gonna watch. You know, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
especially off that first one.
So cool.
Yeah,
it's crazy because with the, Mad Max Fury Road and Rogue One, those are two to me great movies. Mad Max Fury Road, substantially great. I love Rogue One, but Mad Max, like we've said, is such an perfect movie to me. But sometimes it makes magic when there's chaos in the making, so it'll be interesting to see. There'll probably be a way more streamlined vision and shooting. You never know, especially when you're shooting in the desert where there usually are.
Yeah.
But if it helps or doesn't help, makes it better. But Anya Taylor-Joy is booked and busy, and I love her. Like, she's such a great actress.
She was in Split, right? But yeah, she's a really good actress from what from my experience of watching her. I'm very excited that she looks like a good actress to play the younger Charlize Theron.
It's huge shoes to fill, as I think Charlize Theron is top 3 actresses of our time.
Yeah, but the cool thing is, this is before Charlize Theron becomes Furiosa.
Yeah.
It's that, I would imagine you need an actress like this to take this character from being basically innocent and, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed to being the hardened person who's now all about that survival. I mean, I don't know exactly what the world is going to be painted like. It's obviously post-nuclear. I would imagine they're taking her from a more innocent state to a more hardened state.
Yeah, it's a good position to fall in, and I think that it gives them enough years where she would be different and still growing into the character that we saw in Fury Road.
Do you think that there's going to be scenes of her laying down on the bed and seeing on the ceiling how she's mapping out her escape and whatnot?
Maybe.
You never saw Queen's Gambit, huh?
I did when she's like hallucinating chest
exactly.
thing. Yeah, definitely. If she has some more of those pills, for sure.
Popping pills and like sneaking into places. I gotta figure out my way out of here.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
We're definitely guaranteed some really, really fine action, knowing it's George Miller. I wonder though, because pressure makes diamonds, and so he was under very stressful conditions to get that movie done. You gotta watch that documentary, you and the audience. You gotta watch that documentary, or just YouTube essay by Shit Show, or I don't know the name of the channel. They talk about how he got into really tense conflicts with his actors because they had no idea what was going on in his head. Like, he never even had a script. He just had storyboards. So it's a little bit, it's slightly perplexing to me that he would get into conflicts with actors, because with a storyboard, I would imagine it's easier to communicate your vision. But I guess with the high pressure situation and like dealing with the environment and whatnot, you're just trying to get to the next thing. And so him and Tom Hardy really got into verbal sparring matches. And later on, after Tom Hardy saw it, he's like, I am so sorry. He apologized publicly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can see it in that video. He apologized publicly to George Miller because he's like, your vision is genius, and I doubted it for a moment, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was dead wrong to doubt it, because it obviously was genius. And for him to come out and do that was like really cool and noble. It's like, I love Tom Hardy.
Yeah, he's great.
There's no bullshit when it comes to Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Very straight shooter. And so the fact that he would do that was cool. And it's a little bit sad that we won't have him in the movie this time around, even though I understand Mad Max was like more about Charlize Theron, but like I still loved their characters together.
Yeah, they were a great duo. It's always funny when you hear about actors who are like, yeah, we shot it and we had no idea what the hell was going to come out. Like, we didn't know what the movie was going to look like, because most of them don't see the cut until everyone else sees the cut. And then you see why directors are directors, because they have to see the whole vision, but actors only see what they have.
Just as well, though, sometimes you get that and it's not good.
Yeah, totally. You're like, we didn't know what we were filming, and it looks like we didn't know what we were filming.
Exactly. I mean, that happened with The Matrix, and obviously that came out to being like this remarkable, completely Hollywood-changing thing, right? But sometimes you don't hear about the ones, generally speaking, where people didn't know what was going on and it came out bad.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that happened with like Super Mario Brothers or something like that. These notoriously awful films. The last thing I'm wondering about, obviously all these questions will be answered in time, is how much dialogue is going to be in the movie. There was remarkably little dialogue in Mad Max Fury Road. He didn't even have a script. Like, it was all coming out of his mind. I wonder if he's going to employ a lot of the same tactics in an effort to tell the story, with some consistency between the two, or if it's a complete deviation from the first one. I haven't properly watched the original Mad Max trilogy. Have you?
No.
With Mel Gibson? I started watching the first one, I'm like, oh man, this is boring. This is long. I was so excited.
It's hard to touch after we kind of messed up. If we were going to do it, we should have watched it first, but now we have Furiosa, which is perfect.
Well, I watched the movies as kids.
Okay.
And I was fun as a kid to watch those films, like even the one with Tina Turner. But like, as a grown-up, it's just a different pace. It's a different feeling altogether.
Magic is magic, and only specific things can create that magical thing where you're like, I need more. Especially now, because we have so many options of what to watch, so much good content, that if you find one thing that you're like, no, I need more of this thing, it's hard to satisfy.
Yeah. Anyway, very excited. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of this discussion. Do let us know your feelings. If you know anything more about Furiosa, please comment below. That's it for now. I'm JABY KOAY. This is
Steph Sabraw.
Peace out.